Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Today is Tuesday, December 30th. We have a four-game slate for NBA today for Fanduel. As normal, if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like. We definitely do appreciate it. And also hit that subscribe button. Still about 50% of you guys are not subscribed. So if you guys could help us out, help yourself out, hit that subscribe button for more NBA Fanduel, DraftKings, and sometimes some prize picks, lineup advice videos for you guys. Once again, it was really good for premium. We won on FanDuel and DraftKings. It was a sweep almost everywhere. I think we only lost one lineup out of the six or seven that we provided. It was an absolute really good night for us. It really was. This was Express here with our 312.7. Igor, Shed, Jamal Murray. I mean, we had some of these guys that most of these guys aren't going to pick. Like, we put in Shed in here. I didn't say anything about Shed really in the video, but projections were popping off on him later in the day for some reason. Same thing with him and Igor. And there we go. So they weren't on my radar, but projections, like I said, definitely popped off with those. So definitely scored pretty good, 312.7, like I said. And then the main slate was really good for us. Our GPP scored a 343, and our cash games scored a 337.1. And like I said, these are screenshots from subscribers. So would love for you guys to come join us. Like I said, it's only a $6 day pass, and as you can see, people are making money on Main and Express. So why not give us a shot? And like I said, here's another one of the 331.2. But like I said, we are not going to be available for lineups today, but we are going to be back for lineups on Wednesday. So got a video today for you, but just no lineups. But like I said, if you guys are interested in the day pass or the monthly pass, you guys can still message us today. If you guys want to sign up today, you can definitely get signed up, and no worries, we'll definitely hold it for Wednesday. So if you pay early, there's going to be no penalty on on paying early. So if you pay today, you guys will get in on Wednesday. So yeah, we'd love to have you guys come join us. Twitter will be in the comment section below, and also our email is going to be down there as well. Message us either way, and we'll get you guys all set up. And like I said, with our Twitter, hit that link, give us a follow. Make sure to follow us because sometimes it doesn't let you message us unless you follow us, and we'll follow you guys right back as well. All right, four gamer today. Excuse me. Let's go look at it. We have the 76ers taking on the Grizzlies. A 234 and a 1.5 spread here by the 76ers. So let's go check this one out real quick. See if there's any injuries. And of course, there is Joel Embiid with the ankle injury. He is listed questionable. Did not play against OKC. Hasn't played for about 4 days now. So we'll have to see, as normal, if he's going to play. Drummond comes into play if he starts. So you could always look at him. But his minutes kind of been all over the place. Barlow's probably been your more consistent guy. Yeah, I was going to say, his fantasy points wasn't good against OKC, but it's OKC. Besides that, he hasn't been bad. So he's okay if Joel Embiid is out. Paul George is all right at 7. VJ, like I said, you got all these guys. I really don't mind. So Paul George, VJ, Quentin Grimes are all in pretty good spots. Grimes is only 5,300, so he's probably going to be your main guy to be looking at off the bench. So I know he hasn't played a ton recently, but an alright option. Over on the Memphis side, like I said, Cam Spencer's looking good. Cedric Howard, once again, both those guys are in pretty good spots. Let's go look at the Philadelphia defense real quick for you guys and see where we can attack at. Philadelphia looks at shooting guard. They do struggle against the 3-point shot, 3.2 given up per game, and 5.8 assists to the shooting guard position. So, like I said, you got guys like Jalen Will, Cedric Howard, Cam Spencer, especially Spencer and Coward, guys that like to shoot the three ball. They're both in play. Coward's minutes have kind of been down, so keep that one in mind. So Spencer's probably your better bet, and he likes to put up the assist numbers as well. KCP is out, so I don't know. I mean, Cam Spencer might get an extra 2 or 3 minutes, but probably my favorite play out of this Memphis group has got, like I said, Cam Spencer. John Morant's still sitting at 7,600. I think he's worth a look. I mean, a guy that can put up, 35, 40 fantasy points and probably going to play about 28 to 30 minutes in this one. So a guy I don't mind here. I don't think a lot of people will have him, but probably if you're playing 150 lineups, probably having about 10 or 15 of them. So not a ton, but just a couple just to have enough. Jaren Jackson, he's been popping off as well, but if Embiid's back, it makes it a little bit more interesting. But yeah, definitely got to give him a look. And Jacques Landell was out. I did recommend Coloco, and not too bad. So hopefully you guys played him. But yeah, if locked out, Jacques Landell is out again. Excuse me. Then Christian Coloco comes into play. But remember, Coloco's usage rate's not high. You're hoping he gets blocks and steals. All right, Boston and Utah. In this one, we have a 242 and an 8.5 by Boston. You think it'd be a little bit higher, but here we are. We do have Keontae George with an illness. If he's out, that obviously affects a lot of things. Isaiah Collier definitely comes into play. Walter Clayton comes into play. And we'll just have to see. But yeah, Clayton definitely, his usage rate will be really, really high. He'll shoot the ball quite a bit if Keontae's out. Derek White, Pritchard, they're worth considerations. Hugo, why his price popped up? Has he been playing? I think Hugo's another guy you can look at. Didn't play a lot against Indiana, but also it's a back-to-back here, and they I wouldn't be surprised if Hugo gets a little bit more playing time. So same thing. I'd probably play him about 4 of your 150. Not the prettiest name out there, but if they're going to play the guy, why not put him in there? But looks like they put his price where it should be. You go check out Isaiah Collier. Like I said, I think Isaiah is probably going to be one of the main guys you're going to want to be looking at here in this one. Not the easiest matchup for him. His turnovers are just absolutely horrendous last three games, so keep that in mind. So Clayton may be your better pick, but so we just really need to see what's going on with Keontae. Nurk, I don't mind going to the well with Nurk in this one. Kade can look at him, but he'll be a little bit more popular. But yeah, Nurk at 6,200 usually goes under owned. And like I said, Boston, just Brown. I think Brown definitely can get it done at 9,500. Price definitely came down. A guy that can get you about 45, 50. Probably one of the better spots here. But like I said, if it does become a blowout, that's the only thing that sucks. It is a back-to-back for Boston, so keep that one in mind. Detroit and Los Angeles in this one. A 233 and a 2.5 here by the Detroit Pistons. All right, let's go check out, see if there's any injuries. Austin Reeves is going to continue being out, and we do have Karis LeVert. Probably doubtful in this one, and Rio Hachimura is not going to play in this one either. So that looks like your guys' injuries. All right, let's go check out the Detroit side real quick. Lakers, as you see, defense is pretty bad everywhere besides the center position. They struggle massively against the three-point ball. So guys like Duncan Robertson, Jaden Ivey, Cade Cunningham, Azor Thompson, guys like that, I could see them having pretty good games here. So usually don't pick Jaden Ivey, but he had 28 minutes last time out against the Clippers. So that's something I really do want to watch there. And if LeVert is out, I think that helps out Jaden Ivey even more. So if LeVert's out, Ivey's definitely worth a look in some tournaments. I don't think they've really been playing Jenkins much, no. And then the other one that's would get a little bit of run is Holland. I mentioned him last time. Didn't do a lot against the Clippers, but if LeVert's out, maybe he gets 20 plus minutes. But I would rather go to Jaden Ivey and GPPs. Cunningham 10-6, definitely fire him up. Azor Thompson at 6,000. Like I said, he's not the prettiest out there, but he gets it done once in a while. So the guy that you can look at. Minutes have been low, but I just don't mind him here. Duncan Robinson playing a little bit better besides the Clipper game. So another guy you can look at, 4,100. And Tobias, I think, is in a really good spot at 54. I know he didn't do good against the Clippers, but overall, he's pretty solid. So I don't mind going back to the well, especially against the Lakers. And, Harris likes to shoot the three ball once in a while. So really don't mind that over there. And you got, like I said, I'm not really too into the interior. But then on the Lakers side, like I said, I mean, it's not the easiest matchup on paper for him, but Luka's in a really good spot. Don't mind looking at Smart. I would not probably pick him tonight, but I do want to say that Nick Smith has been popping off the last couple games. So if you want to do some crazy GPPs, I'd put him in. Put him in there, in like maybe one or two, but I would not recommend him in mostly anything else. With Rio Hachimura being out, Jake Rivera gets a little bit more run. Saw him get 25 minutes, so that's a guy that you want to look at. see if this has been affecting Vanderbilt. He's been playing a little bit, but not really an offensive guy. So Jake Rivera comes into play. LeBron James solid again at 8,700, and don't mind aiding in some GPPs, especially with Rio Hachimura being out. All right, last game of the evening is going to be Sacramento taking on the Clippers way late here at 8 o'clock Pacific time. So that's 11 o'clock Eastern, I can only imagine. We have a 220.59.5 by the Clippers in this one. Keegan Murray's questionable. I don't expect him to play. They said he's going to miss like a week or two, like 2 days ago. So we'll see. If John Collins is out again, definitely they changed up the lineup quite a bit last time. I thought it was going to be Derrick Jones, but it was Nicholas Batum that got the start. And he has been playing pretty big minutes recently. Hasn't done anything with his minutes besides one against Detroit. So we'll have to see what's going on if Collins is out again. But if he, no matter what, Leonard and Harden are worth a look. I honestly would take Jaylen Brown over Kawhi Leonard tonight and LeBron just because it's a back-to-back. You know how I am with Kawhi Leonard. I'd said that about Golden State. Clippers are the same way. It's Sacramento. If they're blowing them out early, Kawhi, might not be aggressive. He shot 26 times, by the way, against Detroit. I just don't think that's necessary in this one. He's absolutely popping off. It's an easy matchup against Sacramento, but like I said, it's a pretty big spread. So I would rather go to James Harden in this one. I think he could be the guy that's going to get you 50-55 tonight. So, but like I said, they're both good spots, but just keep in mind on the back-to-back, Chris Dunn's all right at 4,400 as well. And then we'll have to see what's going on with Collins. But yeah, Brook Lopez, as normal, comes into play. Sacramento side, not much going on for me. I do like Max at 5,800. I always like taking on the Clippers interior. So I know Brook Lopez is a little bit better defensive player than Zubac is, but still don't mind looking at Max. Caldwell, his price came up, but still an okay option. Not really high usage rate for him. But that's what we got going on. Like I said, Clippers do struggle against the three ball still, so guys like DeRozan come into play, and maybe a little bit of Dennis Schroeder. Have they been playing Monk? Monk's been playing a little bit, but just not enough. So that's kind of what we got going on this four-gamer. As normal, like I said, I am not going to be providing any lineups today. I will be out of town doing a little mini day trip with the girlfriend. So can't wait for that. But we will be back at it for Wednesday. Just wanted to get a video out for you guys. And like I said, we won on Main Slate Express and After Hours last night and DraftKings. I don't have any pictures of it, but they'll be on our Twitter later. We went 2 for 2 over there on Twitter on DraftKings for our main slate. So would love for you guys to join a $6 day pass or a $30 monthly pass, and that is per site, and that is for the main slate. We also have our Express / After Hours combo. You get 4 lineups for that. Like I said, that's separate from our $30 monthly pass, and you get 4 lineups per day for After Hours and Express, two lineups per slate for $25 per month separate. And like I said, $30 monthly pass for main slate. So would love for you guys to join us. Click that link down there in the comment section below. We'll take you right to our Twitter. Give us a follow while you guys are there, and we'll get you all set up. And like I said, if you don't have Twitter, no worries. We have our email as well. Message us on there, and we'll get you guys all set up. And like I said, if you guys pay today, no worries. Your guys' payment will be good for Wednesday, and we'll start you guys then. So once again, thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and we'll see you guys here in the next one.